All righty, we're back. I want to introduce our marking strategist, Doug Stricker, who used to be an Arizona guy. Now he's a Utah guy up in St. George, Utah. Doug takes care of our website and social media and all those kinds of things. Appreciate you coming down. Give us a rundown on what we can see on the new website and all those associated.
Let's tell your listeners there is a new website coming first.
It's coming.
And
the winds of change.
Yeah, about 3 months ago, Don and I started talking about the current website and how we can effectively get the word out, the message out. And frankly, that message has 4 prongs to it. You know, better hunting and fishing reporting and documentation, the how-tos, et cetera. But, you know, in our climate today, how do we move on the conservation issues? How do we talk to our local congressman and get things done in Washington, D.C.? And that's been the focus of a rebuild on a website that I'm working with a bunch of SEO guys up in St. George, Utah, that is generating a platform that, for lack of better words, is going to push us out there within 3 months nationally. So the exposure is going to be huge. There's no question in my mind, based on what I know about technology, and I've been in the business for 30 years, these guys have got it together. They have a proprietary platform that's going to push Don McDowell and this whole regiment of topics out to the world for that matter.
Would you make sure that my name is not on any of the wild horse information?
Oh, no question about it. We won't do
Mr.
that at all.
Putting out there?
No. But we will be reporting on those kind of issues.
JK will.
Yeah, well, whoever. Our authors on this website are going to give us the information we need to send out to the world. And I have no qualms in my head about how this is going to be done. Technically, it's a challenge. It's not easy to do this stuff because Father Google is the lead role. Google plays a big role in anything you do out there on the internet. So, yes, we are in a development stage. We had a development site up last night at the Arizona Game and Fish banquet. I don't know how many of our listeners or whoever attended that saw that. I don't know. Chris, were you there last night?
I was not.
I want you to see this. I have that here.
All right. Yeah, I'll take a look at it.
You bet. And, you know, the whole idea is it's not a shake, rattle, and troll thing. It's a sportsman thing. It really is. So if we're giving factual information, and I'm very good with Don about you can't say that on a website. You can't say that in your
Yes, you can. How many times a day do you explain that to Don?
Numerous.
It happens frequently, Chris. Let me tell you. But that's all right. You know, for those of you who have not been around Don very much, and I've been with you 7 years, 6, 7 years,
Long
or something
time.
like that. You guys have been with him longer. This is a guy with a passion. This is a guy with an agenda to get things right. But it's always about facts. You know, in today's marketplace, our media is throwing so much fake news out there. And it's not just media, it's social media as well. I do a lot of fact-checking for Don. And before we put anything out on this website, it's got to be right. It's got to say exactly what happened. With
Why does
resources.
everybody say he's so wrong then?
He's not.
Oh, okay.
And that's the thing. I mean, it's like you, JK. I mean,
Thank you, Doug. Go, get him.
No, I was going to say something really nice here. JK is just like you in a lot of sense because, and Chris, you guys don't talk garbage. You back up what you talk about. And you don't even talk about it on the radio show in terms of, I think I know. That was what I heard. No, you know the facts. You know the issues. That's true with anybody, in this business. You don't play games.
You can't.
Because your listeners need to know you're speaking the truth, and you've got some chutzpah behind you, so to speak. So, at any rate, the website is total new look, total different navigation system. our listeners, when they tune in, I don't know, it's going to happen sometime this week. I'm not sure exactly when we're going to go live. But once you get out on our new site, you're going to love it. You're going to be so happy with the way that navigates. And it frankly has, these guys in St. George have done an outstanding job in building this thing. They know SEO.
Well, I like the strategy. JK was part of the strategy.
Yes, he was.
That we all put together to move this thing forward. And I think getting the information out, and last night was part and parcel of it. It's not just hunting and fishing anymore, or conservation. And as much as I hate it, the political aspect, just what Cantrell's been through.
Oh, yeah.
5 years to get a okie dokie to put a 1,500-pound chunk of concrete 30 feet in the water. Yeah.
That's the insanity of our political landscape. I mean, it's just nuts. I don't get it. I was talking to a bass fisherman up in St. George here about a week ago.
Yeah.
And his biggest complaint, and he belongs to the Southern Utah bass anglers, their biggest complaint is there's no structure in these lakes and reservoirs. None.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah.
You think?
They're impoundments for crying out loud.
Well, yeah, but I said, you need to go and talk to the guys at Arizona Game and Fish. I mean, they're fine. They're doing it. It took a while, but they're doing it, and that's what we need even in Utah.
Well, we need it across the nation. I mean, it was one of those things that was brought together under the partnerships, the National Fish Habitat partnerships that were tied to the Clean Water Act, that these reservoirs are degrading.
Oh, yeah.
They were built 50 years ago, 60, 100 years ago, and all the hardwoody structure, and we don't have hardwoods back here in the Southwest like they do back east, but any woods that were there at that time that provided structure are all degraded or filled in through sediment. So it's time to change the moonscape to an actual underwater ecosystem that helps drive everything from primary productivity to good food base to large, healthy fish.
There's no doubt about it, Chris. I mean, even in the reservoirs in southern Utah, you see nothing. I mean, you see nothing in that lake, those reservoirs. So they've got to do something if you want any kind of sporting activity out there at all, other than skiing. That's the way it is. Anyway,
Doug, educate us on the social media aspect portion of your strategy.
Well,
am I going to be able to tweet?
You better not. No. There's only one person in the world worse than Donald Trump who shouldn't tweet, and it's Mr.
What?
Don McDowell.
Look,
no, don't tweet.
Donald
please.
Trump makes his point. Okay, that's all I want to do. Is I want to make a point.
I hope his sons rip it away.
There are some things we should not talk on the air. Okay, but the whole idea. I mean, you got a website that's being pushed out nationally for the most part, and you follow that up with your social media side. You just do, and that pulls more to your website and vice versa. It's like with Arizona Game and Fish. I mean, we take some of your content and we push it out.
Great, thank you.
We do.
Weekly.
A
lot of it is in the newsletter.
Yeah, but I do Facebook, and we're just really getting cranked up on Twitter.
Yes.
And there are a couple others, but nonetheless, that is the whole strategy. You can't just do a website and expect it to grow and grow. No, you got to add the social media to it as well. So people that walk around with these phones in their hands, I mean, that's what people use today. So our website is going to be phone friendly. It's already that way. So the mobility of our folks, our sportsmen, we've taken into consideration on this website, and that fact information we're getting on the website will help these guys when they go fishing, hunting, etc. JK, who's going to be an author on our website, is doing things on elk hunting. He's got 20 plus 30 years of experience in elk hunting. Well, why wouldn't the average elk hunter just getting started want to know how JK does it? Well, our website's going to tell him. I mean, he won't let all the secrets out of the bag, I'm sure.
No.
But there you go.
Enough to make it enjoyable for somebody who's out there for the first time.
Do you have your call variations on the website?
I have them on ours. No, I don't. I'm sorry. It's on YouTube.
Good.
It will be premiered on our new website.
Okay.
The man who speaks to elk.
Yep.
All different kinds of conversation that elk have, and it's a variety,
You do.
believe me.
What happened to your big boy up there on the rim?
He's still
BB.
there. BB, he's still
The
there.
BB the elk.
Well, at any rate, this week, I'd like everyone out there to continue to hit ShakeRattleAndTroll.com until that new site pops up.
Outstanding. You'll put the newsletter out when it goes live?
Oh, you bet. Twitter and Facebook.
Tell those guys to hit the button as soon as Donald Trump says, I do.
Sign up for our newsletter, folks.
Don't go away.